I'm Brian Fernandez, and welcome to Biztech's CEO Conversation Show. Today, the company in the spotlight is from the pharma industry. Bayer AG's pharmaceutical division is a key player in the global healthcare industry. The company is committed to developing new treatment options for patients whose medical needs are currently underserved. Now, special focus lies on the fight against cardiovascular diseases, cancer, eye disease, Parkinson's, as well as rare diseases and women's health. Now, including the company's radiology franchise, it generated sales of around 20 billion euros last year, to which its operations in APAC contributed a significant amount. Now, our guest today is Ashraf Al-Ouf. He's the Senior Vice President and Region Head at Bayer Pharmaceuticals APAC. Now, to tell us more, welcome to the show, Ashraf.
Thank you, Brian, and good to be with you.
But for a start, could you explain Bayer Pharma's strategic approach really from a global lens?
Well, absolutely. The growth strategy of our pharmaceuticals business is built on three pillars. Straightforward, renew top line, grow pipeline value, and leverage a new operating model. So yeah, I will elaborate now on these three pillars. On the first pillar on renewing top line, we are contributing to a new era in medicine by transforming patient care with our high value launch brands and a portfolio of established products. And we have a proven track records that successfully bringing products into a blockbuster potential to the market. For example, as of September this year, our lead cancer product, Nubeqa for prostate cancer, has reached a blockbuster status, which means a euro 1 billion euro sales already in the first 9 months of this year globally. In APAC, we strongly have volume growth and it's anticipated to continue into the future, fueled by its blockbuster status. Expanding patient access, which is our main aim at the end of the day, and raising awareness about prostate cancer. It's already seeing good growth in countries like Australia, Taiwan, and India. And in addition to the current indications, the latest also data readouts demonstrate a great potential to benefit more and more cancer patients in the future. That's just one example. Another example and another focus area for us is the cardiovascular field, where we see continued strong momentum for our lead product, Kerendia. This is a product for chronic kidney disease, and the latest readouts even of new studies have demonstrated that the product has great potentials in new indications, and it will benefit many more patients as well. It is launched in APAC, and we anticipate also this growth in volume to continue, and in many parts of it, especially India and Korea. And we see already, and we will continue to see improvement for patients, because just one thing that comes to mind, Brian, the economic burden for just in APAC, 434 million patients affected, including 65 million in advanced stages. So it's really significant. And this is where we continue to focus, as I mentioned in the beginning, of innovation and unmet clinical needs. And a third example is another blockbuster potential product in the field of women's health, where we recently applied marketing authorization for the treatment of moderate to severe vasomotor symptoms in menopause. And it is on track to be launched in 2025. The uniqueness about this product is it's really aiming to transform the way menopausal symptoms are treated, because it's non-hormonal. When you keep in mind that 80% of women experience vasomotor symptoms and they seek treatments, but they always prefer not to have hormonal based product. So This product latest readouts are extremely positive, and we are also looking forward to having access to this to such brand into our APAC region as soon as possible. Look, and this is just 3 examples, and just to add to that, we have, of course, we are very strong in women's health, and this is why even for the product in menopause, we expect that the uptake will be really fast because of our experience. And another thing comes to mind for this product. We are exploring the potential of this product to treat sleep disturbances also in menopause. And there is a clinical study that is ongoing where we have forged alliance in collaboration with Samsung to address data gaps regarding the impact of sleep disturbances associated with menopause. And maybe finally, I can just add that we really have our current portfolio where we maximize its potential as much as possible. An example there is a product in the field of eye diseases called Eylea, for which we have received also a best-in-class label for its higher dose, and is being launched in different parts of the region.
Ashraf, you've also got a franchise in radiology. Walk us through that as well.
Yeah, look, that's also an interesting field. Radiology is an important part of the global pharmaceuticals business, and it's a franchise. And maybe just to make it simple to understand what's our radiology business, it's mainly the contrast media that is injected in patients when you're doing CT and MRI. This franchise is really showing very solid growth momentum based on the innovation that we offer radiologists and patients. And that innovation in radiology is really in both core imaging agent business, but also in the field of digital applications. This is new, and also using AI and artificial intelligence. The digital platform, Calentic Digital Solutions, as well as the platform from our arm's length company, Blackford Analysis, are contributing to the growth with Google Cloud and also cooperation with AI development platforms. So this is really extremely motivating. It will help radiologists really to have more accurate and fast diagnosis for what they see on images.
Now, Ashraf, what are the key things? And we were talking offline before this interview, and I had mentioned that I worked in healthcare and in pharma in particular. One of the key things that characterizes this industry is really the lifeblood is development pipeline. You kept talking about this right from the beginning of this interview, which is really innovation, innovation, innovation. You mentioned it several times. And without that innovation and that pipeline, you're not going to get the blockbusters that you mentioned. Walk us through how well your development pipeline is moving forward, and whether there are some specific, perhaps, products that you're looking at for the Asia Pacific region.
I like how you put it, lifeline, and this is exactly a lifeblood line is how you describe R&D. Yes, I mentioned innovation a couple of times, and I will continue to mention innovation because this is the core of what we do, bringing new innovations for unmet needs for many patients, and that's also our vision, health for all, also as Bayer. So to answer your question, first of all, we really had to reinvent our setup in research and development, and as part of our transformation, we have sharpened our focus in R&D to build highly differentiated pipeline for long-term growth. Focusing on oncology, cardiovascular and renal diseases, and neurology, and also rare diseases as well as immunology. Thorough, through a rigorous assessment and prioritization, we are now focused on the areas of greatest unmet need and highest potential where we can make a meaningful difference. And that is exactly the core of what we always focus on. This has resulted in innovation pipeline with higher productivity. We have now nearly 20 projects in early and more than 10 projects in the mid to late stage phases. So that's quickly as to answer your question. But secondly, let me add, is we strengthened our portfolio in addition to our R&D with the acquisition of, for example, exclusive European commercialization rights for a highly potent, selective small molecule to fight cardiomyopathy, as an example. A third way, also, we have intensified our partnering activities, because it's really important to have as much experiences as possible. When it comes to true breakthrough innovations, then it's about how to come to life when many experts, to bring those experts to life together, to work closely hand in hand. And as part of our innovation strategy, we look for partnering, collaborations, potential early stage deals that have also the potential to make a meaningful difference for patients at the global scale. So in this regard, for example, we have forged numerous cooperations together with companies and universities who are located at the epicenters of medical innovation, including in APAC. Many also exist here. And we have made
you've got, Ashraf,
investments.
Correct me if I'm wrong. You have some partnerships with NUS Enterprise in Singapore. You have another partnership with the National Heart Center in Singapore, and also with NUS Duke as well. Walk us through some of that, because that's very APAC focused.
Yeah, look, as I mentioned, the APAC has really many centers that are really advanced, including here in Singapore, in Australia, in Korea, and Taiwan, where we always focus on those partnerships to bring the best innovations for unmet needs for patients. Of course, the focus is always on our therapeutic areas where we also know best, and that collaboration, bringing people together, is so effective and is bringing lots of outcome that will bring new innovations in the future.
Now, Ashraf, I want to then now look at the other side of the business, really the regulatory environment. How do you feel that Bayer's contribution to patient health is recognized in the region? Because one of the key things, obviously, is the regulatory framework is very different in Singapore compared to an India or a Malaysia, for that matter. How are you able to work with the regulators to literally help to give better access to patients?
So we are working with regulators the whole time. Our contribution, or Bayer's contribution to patients' health, are widely recognized and supported by the authorities in the APAC region. Many appreciate our role in advancing healthcare through innovative treatments and clinical trials. And our commitment to improving patient outcomes aligns exactly with the public health goals that those also regulatory bodies have. And we frequently collaborate with health agencies, including various population commissions, healthcare product, and healthcare product listing bodies, to ensure our products meet also the local needs early enough and during the development process. And this supports and enables us to enhance the healthcare access or quality across the region.
Now, Ashraf, I want to now zoom in on the company itself from an operating standpoint. How important is the APAC region from an overall strategic perspective in the Bayer ecosystem?
Yeah, well, Bayer Pharma has really experienced significant growth over the past decades within APAC, and is really playing a vital role in the success of the company. I mean, the region, contributing significantly to the company's overall sales. APAC is really key to the overall growth of the company. The introduction of innovative products in the field of cancer, cardiovascular disease, women's health, and and enhancing Bayer's portfolio, generating positive momentum. This is all moving really in tandem between global and APAC. And as I mentioned, APAC is really always a key part in playing in the development, as well as in research. And these new offerings are are designed to fill critical gaps in healthcare, improve patient outcomes, address urgent health challenges across the APAC region.
Now, can I ask you then, as a leader, so you've obviously got a great pipeline of pharmaceuticals in the process. You've got a great number of blockbuster products right now, which are filling critical needs. But one of the key things that I'm sure keeps leaders like you at night, awake at night is really, I've got a great business, I've got a great foundation. Do I have the right people to execute? Tell us about the talent challenges that you have and how Bayer is basically overcoming them.
Yeah, well, talent is key. I cannot agree more. You cannot be successful with the best strategy or the best product if you don't have the right talent. This is, it goes without saying. And yes, we have, at Bayer, we have successfully built a strong talent pool in the APAC region. We have diverse expertise that help us really address the local healthcare needs and drive innovation. By focusing on specialized fields and fostering collaboration, we really attract and retain skilled professionals in our organization. So the talents are there. And what is important is to find the right talent, but also develop the right talent and retain the right talent in any organization. And this has been always our focus, because enhancing our operations as also strengthening our global strategy can only be done with people. And here maybe what comes to mind is to add to this answer is our third pillar, the operating model. Also, because our third pillar is really leveraging on our new operating model. And the operating model is simply around removing bureaucracy, empowering teams to make decisions at the right level, closer to the customers, learning quickly across 90-day cycles, and doing what is needed for our customers. So this new model, is really helping the teams to focus and even more and more on patients through the products we provide, and also through the product and customer teams being at the center. And
Ashraf, that's very interesting. Your third
we
pillar.
dismantled the traditional model of silos, no layers, also no hierarchies. These teams are empowered micro enterprises who are really making the right decisions. They are empowered to do so for the customers, for the patients, and no need. We are removing every day more and more obstacles or hierarchy approvals so that these teams can do what is right quickly.
And Ashraf, have you found that the staff or your team members are able to adapt to this new requirements of being perhaps more nimble on their feet?
Yes, that's a challenge. Yes, they are adapting, but this is the journey. We are helping them also to really develop in the capabilities, but also and the competencies in the new agile ways of working. And we can see that our teams are so hungry to learn more and more, and we can see many teams already adapting so quickly to these new ways of working, because the empowerment they have and the freedom they have to make the decisions so quickly is very motivating for them.
Now, Ashraf, obviously you are energized as a leader. The passion that you are explaining, how your teams are energized, it definitely comes through. But tell me then, for Bayer, it's again, you're a large conglomerate. It's about also results. What are you looking at for 2025, 2026? What sort of growth are you looking at in the Asia Pacific region?
Well, our focus is to bring more and more innovations into the region. As you heard from me, we have many new products that in the regulatory approval or in the launch phases. So the focus will be really bringing these innovations to the markets and help many patients with these unmet clinical needs. So 2025 is about really these innovations, launches, regulatory approvals, and focus on growing more and more with these innovations in APAC.
Ashraf, it's been a really fascinating conversation. I've learned a lot as well. I'm sure our audience has. But before we leave, any final thoughts you'd like to leave the audience with?
Well, we are extremely busy in our company, focusing on our vision of health for all, to bring more and more innovations into APAC. This is our bread and butter. This is why we wake up every morning to bring new innovations, save lives, and help many patients. It's our core. And everything around that is to support this vision.
Ashraf, thank you very much for coming on the show. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
I'm Brian Fernandez, and this has been Biztech's CEO Conversation Show. We've been speaking to Ashraf Al-Ouf. He's the Senior Vice President and Region Head for Bayer Pharmaceuticals APAC. This show will be on our website, www.biztech.asia, as well as our social media platforms. It will also be on our syndication partners, TV stations, radio stations, and websites. Thanks a lot for tuning in.